All right, let's jump right in. There's this problem that so many leaders, so many messengers face. It's a crisis of confidence. It's that awful feeling when you're standing up in front of people and you just know deep down your message is not hitting home. And to figure out why, we have to start with this. Wow. I mean, this quote, it just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? An audience shows up, they're looking for something real, something transformative, and instead what they get feels like an apology. It's a total failure on delivery. But the issue here isn't the message itself, it's the messenger's own fear. To fix the delivery, we've got to diagnose the fear. So to really get this, we've got to look inside. We have to understand the internal world, the mindset that even creates this problem in the first place. And this isn't about actually being a failure. It's about falling into the mindset of one, which is a trap that's way too easy to fall into. For a lot of us, this fear starts way back. Think about this story from the source material. A little kid trying so hard to get a big glass bottle of milk from the fridge. And of course, it slips, it shatters everywhere. And instead of getting grace, they get slammed with harsh words. "You're so stupid. Why can't you do anything right?" And that's it. That's the moment. A simple thought, "I failed," morphs into this deep, gut-wrenching belief, "I am a failure." That single wound can plant a seed of fear that lasts a lifetime. And that wound, it creates something the source material calls diverted pain. And this is such a powerful idea. It's like going to the dentist, right? They numb you up, they do all the drilling, and you don't feel a thing in the moment. But you just know that once that Novocaine wears off, you are going to feel it. That's diverted pain. Well, our emotional pain works the exact same way. We can try to ignore it, but we can't erase it. It will show up later, and usually with interest. Okay, so if we're all walking around with this fear, this diverted pain, how do we deal with it? Well, we procrastinate. But here's this mind-blowing insight. Procrastination isn't about being lazy. No. It's a defense mechanism. It's a protector. It's a shield that keeps us safe from the potential pain of failure. Because if you think about it, if you never actually finish the thing, you can't really fail at it, can you? It's a twisted kind of logic, but man, does it feel safe. So what's the typical answer when we procrastinate? Just try harder. Just put in the effort, right? We all get a trophy just for showing up. But here's the thing. When the message really, truly matters, that whole idea that effort is enough is a dangerous trap. So how much credit do you get for effort alone when it comes to getting the job done? The source is crystal clear on this. 0. A big fat 0. Good intentions don't get the job done. Doing the job gets the job done. And an A for effort just doesn't build the kind of confidence you need to connect with an audience. Especially not a generation of 20 to 35-year-olds who can smell a lack of conviction from a mile away. And this is what happens, isn't it? You get ministers who get up there and they sound like they're apologizing for what they believe. Why? Because they haven't done the real work. They haven't studied, they haven't labored, they haven't prepared. So their delivery is just weak and insecure. And they end the whole message with this little whimper, "Well, this is all I have." And the audience, the people who came looking for something real, are left with nothing. Just look at the difference here. It's night and day. On one side, you've got the unprepared minister, apologetic, insecure, just banking on effort. On the other side, the confident messenger, assured. Not because they're arrogant, but because they rely on preparation. They get the job done. They sound confident because they've earned it. So how do we get from that first column over to the second one? How do we make that leap?
The answer? It's all about building true confidence. And I need to be really clear here. This isn't about being cocky or arrogant, not at all. This is a quiet, solid, unshakable assurance that's rooted in the work you've put in and the truth that you carry.
There's this fantastic story in the source material that just nails this. A mentor sends his young apprentice to go collect a payment, and he gives him one simple instruction: "Don't you come back here without my money." So the kid goes, and just as you'd expect, the client tries to blow him off. But the apprentice, he's empowered by that mission. He finds this new authority in his voice, looks the guy dead in the eye, and he doesn't ask. He states, "Give me my money." And guess what? It worked.
See, there's just something about that confidence, right? That energy. It gets results. But again, it's not some random magic trick. That young guy was confident because he had a clear mission and you knew his mentor had his back. For us, for a messenger, that confidence comes from doing the work. It comes from knowing your material inside and out, from having studied and labored in your craft. You're confident in what you're prepared for.
Okay, so now I want to pivot a little. Let's really challenge our own ideas about what a messenger is supposed to look like. Because true confidence, the real stuff, it often shows up in the most unexpected packages. And that's a huge insight if you're trying to reach people who are skeptical of traditional appearances.
So let me ask you, straight up, when you picture a powerful spiritual messenger, who do you see? What do they look like? Be honest. Is it someone in a suit? Someone with a fancy title? Let's see what the source material has to say about that. So the speaker tells this incredible story. He's on the street and sees this guy, and listen to the description. Sagging pants, dreads, drink in his hand. I mean, by every religious checkbox, he's wrong. But there he was, on a street corner, preaching his heart out from the book of Psalms. And he had an audience that was completely captivated. Nobody was walking away. And this is the whole point. This is the punchline. His power had nothing to do with how he looked. It was all about how he sounded. People were drawn to his conviction, his authenticity. That confidence cut right through all the external stuff, and that is a vital lesson for anyone trying to reach people who feel left out by the traditional way of doing things. So where does all this leave us? What's the big takeaway here? It's about moving past just knowing the words on a page and actually becoming the word. It's a call to be profoundly, unapologetically authentic. And before we go any further, you have to get this right down in your soul. God did not change his mind about you. It doesn't matter what your past failures look like. It doesn't matter what you look like on the outside. It doesn't matter what mistakes you've made. The calling on your life is still valid. Just like that guy on the street corner, you are not disqualified. And it all boils down to this one simple but profound directive. Stop performing. Just stop. Stop trying to be who you think you're supposed to be. The most powerful, most authentic thing you can possibly do is to let the message flow through you. Your unique personality, your voice, your story. Let Jesus be himself through you. You don't need the title on the door. You don't need the approval from the board or the committee. You don't need to be the bishop or the elder or the deacon. You don't need to be anybody else. You just need to be you. That's where the real authority comes from. And really, that's what it all comes down to, isn't it? There has never been, and there will never be, another person on this planet exactly like you. You are one of one. A completely unique vessel. So the real question, the one I want to leave you with, is this. Are you making it count?